Well, of course, here we go again. It seems that the government is not quite content, so they've kind of come up with another brainwave. Currently, there's a secret plot to move 35 asylum seekers into, wait for this, brand new £250,000 flats in Waterlooville. I mean, yes, that's right, whilst more than likely countless vulnerable people have been stuck on housing lists, or housing waiting lists, shall I say, for what feels like forever. The Home Office presumably thinks it's a brilliant idea to hand over those shiny new apartments or flats to all the illegal boot people coming from the safe country of France, presumably. It's just absolutely disgraceful, isn't it? But let's just talk about these locals. Understandably, they're not exactly rolling out the welcome mat. Unlike, of course, what Keir Starmer and the Labour Party have basically seemed to have done ever since they got into power, because let's face it, the only people who are more than likely better off since they came into power is the illegal boat people themselves. But apparently thousands of residents gathered outside this 19-flat development. Voices were raised, signs waving, branding the whole move an absolute disgrace, and personally I don't blame them. The frustration is obviously understandable, isn't it? Because people who've been living in Waterlooville their whole lives, more than likely, perhaps paid their taxes and contributed to the community, are of course still waiting for decent housing. And yet, of course, here comes the government handing out these brand new flats like birthday presents at a party. I mean, you couldn't make it up, could you? And obviously, quite rightly, there are going to be a load of MPs who are not exactly happy about this. Nigel Farage more than likely in, of course, with the reform, but Suella Braverman got in there first, apparently. She's opposing the move, clearly, of course, baffled as the rest of us, as if the needs of the British people, our people, waiting for help, to being kind of swept under the carpet, isn't it? While decisions are made behind closed doors about that, all this should have stopped. We're not in the EU anymore. And when will Keir Starmer and all the Ramonas who won't basically shut up about it get over that fact, eh? But of course, whilst we're on that subject, it kind of does feel like Keir Starmer's trying to drag us back to the EU by any means necessary, and it wouldn't strike me as strange as if this might somehow, I don't know how yet, but it wouldn't strike me as strange as if somehow that this wouldn't be a certain sweetener for the EU in some sort of way. I hope I'm wrong about that, but of course, we'll just have to wait and see. The lack of transparency, of course, only adds fuel to the fire, doesn't it? And whilst we're on the topic of protests, remember that debacle in Epping last month, shall we call it? Essex police at first denied, but then kind of admitted that they escorted pro-migrant activists from Stand Up to Racism right to the front door of the Bell Hotel. And that wasn't actually just a peaceful walk, was it? Things got heated, clashes erupted, and now 6 people are apparently facing charges related to the disorder. Now, I don't know about you, and obviously everyone is entitled to protest peacefully, but it doesn't strike me as such a good idea of the police's side to escort counter-protesters to where those other protesters are, because not only would it seem like they are on the side of the counter-protesters, in my opinion, but also, if anything, that's kind of adding fuel to the fire, isn't it, surely? But it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Will the police now roll out the red carpet for the counter-protesters this time too? Or will they conveniently, shall we say, forget their earlier involvement? It kind of begs the question, doesn't it? Why are illegal migrants not being escorted back to the safe country of France? It's not exactly at war over there, is it? I'm sure they're perfectly capable of handling asylum claims, but of course, I don't think they really want to. Instead, we're bending over backwards, providing resources for our struggling people could desperately use ourselves. In fact, if anything, it kind of makes me wonder what's next on this government's baffling agenda. Maybe, who knows, converting luxury penthouses perhaps into temporary housing for all these illegal boat people, or perhaps offering seaside cottages. Wouldn't that be nice for them, eh? At this rate, nothing would surprise me. Meanwhile, of course, our vulnerable people continue to wait overlooked and unheard, and I think personally that is completely and utterly disgraceful. In fact, it's enough to make you wonder, isn't it, just who is really being prioritised here? Because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure we can guess.